Hi there. Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 easy and healthy and delicious salad dressings. I don't know if you're aware of all the stuff they put in salad dressings in restaurants and in the grocery store. Usually if you look on the bottle, the first 2 ingredients are canola oil and high fructose corn syrup. It's really easy to make your own and the taste is incredibly better. Now, the very first thing you need to think about when you make salad dressing is you want good quality ingredients, especially your olive oil. There are a lot of things that you want to look for when you purchase an olive oil. You want extra virgin, you want it to come in a dark or opaque bottle. You want it to be single source, which means it only comes from the olives listed on the front from hopefully just one olive grove. A lot of olive oils, in fact 75% of them, have had other oils added, and it's usually an inferior oil like canola oil. So go somewhere where you can get something really good. There are a few good ones at Whole Foods. I bought this at a specialty olive oil store here in Dallas called Infuse. There are a lot of stores like this around the country. You can get good ones at farmers markets and any type of little boutique cooking shop. You also want to make sure that it's cold pressed. That's really important as well. The first dressing recipe is for a lemon dressing. Now, I love to make my salad dressings in this type of container. I have one big one, I have a small one, then I have one that's a little bit different. But these are made by OXO. You just screw off the top. You can put all your ingredients in here. You put the top back on, close it up, and you shake it till it's well mixed. Then to use and pour, you just bring this little lever back and it's ready to pour. So I'm going to start putting our ingredients in here. The first thing, as you can imagine with a lemon dressing, we have 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. And I'm going to put all these recipes down below. Next we have, let's see if I can do this without spilling. This is 1/4 a cup of apple cider vinegar. You'll see that most homemade salad dressings have a very similar base. Next we have 1/4 cup of excellent quality olive oil. Make sure we get every last little drop of that. Okay, then next for the recipe, you can add between 1 and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. I have just a smidgen over 1 tablespoon here. That's something else that I want to get every last drop of, just to give it that little bit of sweetness, but also tons of antioxidants. Next, we want to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. Now, you can use black pepper. That's what the recipe calls for. I'm not a huge fan. In fact, I don't like black pepper at all. And so I really try to use white pepper or even a reduced amount of white pepper in any recipe that calls for pepper. So here I have about 1/4 of a teaspoon of white pepper. Also, we're going to add 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. So I bought this little salt cellar the other day at the olive oil store. It's made from olive wood. So the recipe calls for 1/2 a teaspoon, and I'm going to use this amazing Baja Gold salt. So I put 1/4 cup in there. So now I have all of my ingredients here. So now with all of my ingredients in the shaker jar, I'm going to put the lid on, close the top. We're going to shake it up until it's really well blended. Not always super easy to blend oil with other things, but it's looking pretty good. Now this is amazing on kale salad. Lemon is very complimentary to kale, but you can use this on any type of salad that sounds good to you. You can also pour this over vegetables that you've cooked. It's great on asparagus. It's great on broccoli. So look how easy that was. The next recipe we're going to work on is for a balsamic vinaigrette. Super popular, delicious, and tasty. And if you stay around until the end of this video, I'm going to show you my really cool gadget that makes it easy to transport your salad dressing to a restaurant in your purse, even a Chanel bag. So let's see, I'm going to use my smaller container for this one, and we're going to start off yet again with 1/4 cup of excellent quality olive oil. Then we have 1 1/2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. It smells so good. In fact, all of these ingredients smell really good right now. Next we have 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Scoop that in so we get every last little yummy bit of that. Again, we have 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. And now I'm going to show you some other fun kitchen gadgets that I have, because this recipe calls for 1 clove of minced garlic. So do you hate to buy garlic and have to peel it and cut it up yourself and do all that? Well, first of all, have you ever tried the garlic peeler? You can get this on Amazon. You just put your piece of garlic in there, roll it around, 100% of the peel, you can hear it coming off of it. So now I have that. And I have this garlic press that my son bought for me that is kind of the like Rolls Royce of garlic presses. It's all stainless steel, really amazing because I'd been through so many different ones. So he got this really great one for me. I hope you can see this, and this is the easiest garlic press ever. Okay, I hope you can see this because it's really easy to use. Once you have your clove of garlic in there, you just press and it gives you very finely minced and pressed garlic. Okay, so I put every last little bit of the garlic in there. Now we have another pinch of the Baja Gold salt. You can use any kind of sea salt, mineral salt, a little more white pepper, just a pinch of that. Not quite as much as in the last recipe. And again, we put the lid on, make sure that's closed, shake it up. This one's a little harder because we have all that garlic in there and we have the balsamic vinegar, which is a little more thick. So this one is great on spinach salad or really any type of salad, and yet again, excellent on vegetables. So the final salad dressing I'm going to make is a definite fan favorite. It's ranch dressing. And there's such an amazing difference between ranch dressing from a bottle or a packet and the fresh version. It's incredible. Now, this recipe calls for 3 different fresh herbs, but you can also use dry, and you just use the exact same measurement of the dry. So first of all, we start with a cup of plain yogurt. Now I'm using sheep yogurt for this today. So I'm going to scoop all of the sheep yogurt, 1 cup, into this glass bowl. This one will not go in a shaker. It's too thick. Okay, so we're going to need a whisk. First, I'm going to whisk in 1/2 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. Get that thoroughly blended. It tends to clump just a little bit more than the onion powder. Then I'm also going to do 1/2 of a teaspoon of the onion powder. Get all of that. I think basically what we're doing here is making our own version of one of those salad dressing, ranch dressing packets that people use to make ranch dressing, but those have so many weird fillers and additives. You don't want that. Okay, so of the fresh herbs, first I'm going to add 1/2 tablespoon of fresh chopped parsley. Again, you can use dry. Then I'm going to add 1/2 tablespoon of freshly chopped chives. Fresh chives are pretty amazing, I have to say. They're delicious. And then I have 1/4 of a tablespoon of fresh dill. And again, if you don't have the fresh or you don't want to deal with chopping it, use the dried version. So I'm going to stir all of this in, it's going to give it a great taste, but it's also going to make it look really pretty with all the green. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm going to add just a pinch of salt, sea salt, my good mineral Baja Gold salt. Then I'm going to add just 1 little shake of my white pepper. Get this all mixed really, really well because we're almost to the final ingredient, which is 1/2 cup of milk. So we just add small amounts of this at a time. The recipe says about a tablespoon at a time, and just make sure you blend it in really well and keep blending. I'm actually using 1/2 and 1/2 today because 1/2 and 1/2 has a lot less sugar than milk, and it's also a way to make your dressing a little thicker. So now that I'm starting to get that blended, I'm just going to continue to add it very, very, very slowly. It seems to be blending really well. Now, some great things you can do with ranch dressing is, if you don't already know, you can put on your salad. You can dip raw veggies into it. You can dip chips into it. It's good for so many different things. So take a look at that. Hopefully you can see that with all the herbs in there. It's so pretty. Okay, so I don't really have that type of container for this, but I have something else. This is like a little carafe and it has a lid on it so you can keep it in the fridge. I'm going to pour some of this in here. I'm wondering if I need to use a funnel. I think I will. So I'm going to use a funnel just to make sure we're nice and neat with this today and don't waste any of it. And I see so many of these herbs sticking to the bowl, so I'm going to make sure I scrape all that out because that is some of the best flavor. Okay. I also have special containers for my other salad dressings. You definitely always want to shake right before you serve these. I have these 2 little glass carafes that are really pretty for presentation. If you're having people over and you want to put out the salad dressing, see how nice the ranch dressing looks? Now I'm going to put the balsamic vinaigrette into this carafe. Look at that. And of course, these recipes can be doubled and tripled. Now for the lemon vinaigrette. This seems to be the one that needs to be reshaken the most. I'm going to pour that in here. And then I'm getting ready to show you how I take salad dressing to restaurants. It's also a way that I take tamari soy sauce with me when I go to have sushi. And it's this little guy. Really cool because You can screw the top off. You can pour whatever you want in here. Let's say we want to take a little ranch dressing with us. So I'm going to pour that in there and screw the top on. And then you open that and it gives you a chance to squirt that onto your salad like that. But what I love is that when you close this, I mean, it is tight. I think you can hear it snap. So I hope you decide to make some of these recipes and try to give your salad dressing a new glow up in your life. Make it healthier, make it taste better. These will all keep in your fridge for about a week. And I think this will help you enjoy your salad dressings more. I know that before I learned to make my own, I didn't eat salad in a restaurant because the dressings I didn't know what was in there. My daughter wouldn't eat them either. So now we just make our own, take it with us, or we make our salads at home and use our own dressing. And don't forget that the key to any really good salad dressing is an excellent quality olive oil. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.